Hello everybody, welcome back to my channel, or welcome if you're new here. My name is Brooke, or babysims on all of my socials, and today we are building another suburban home in Willow Creek for my save file. And this build is actually completing the series of the Pendula view lots. If you guys haven't noticed on my channel recently, I've been building a lot of houses in this one neighborhood that have all the same address, 1, 2, 3, and 4 Pendula view. And that is because in my save file I like to give people addresses, and since this neighborhood in Willow Creek is called Pendula View, I figured that this would be the address for it. And I did it kind of real life is and go like 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. So I did the rest of them, as you can see, around this lot kind of. But today we are building the last one, which is number 1 on this street. And it's actually a pretty small house, but I don't know, when I first started building in The Sims 4, I only ever built on 30 by 20 lots because I thought they were like the biggest, and not the biggest obviously, but the best lots to build on the perfect size. But now that I build like a lot on my channel, I find that the best lot size to build on is 40 by, is it 40 by 20 or 40 by 30? I think it's 40 by 30. But anyway, that is my favorite lot size to build on because you have so much room, and I just am one of the type of people to build a lot of bigger houses. And yeah, so these 30 by 20 lots are really hard for me to do because I feel very limited on space. So, yeah, I really do like this house though. I think it's cute. I changed my mind. I do like this house. I think it is cute. It is not my favorite house I've ever built though. But yeah, I actually don't remember what I was saying because I had to end my voiceover, and I apologize if there's background noise. There's some cleaning or something going on in my house. I'm not really sure what's going on. But either way, I'm a fan of this house. I think it's cute. But if I had to choose one of my houses to play in, I don't think I'd choose this one for that reason alone. The fact that it's a 30 by 20 lot and it's small and limiting. Because I just like to have a lot of things in my Sims houses. I like to put a lot of things. I like to have a lot of rooms. I like to have a lot of big backyard, and this house doesn't have the potential for all of that. But it is very cute, and I really do. Oh my god, I burped. Sorry, not burp, but hiccup. I really do like it. And another thing about this house is that last night I was looking through, I went on Pinterest and I searched up like interior color schemes, and I made a board and I saved some of them just to make things a little easier because I do have a little bit of trouble with that. I find that I have a tendency to make a lot of the rooms a different color than the other room, even if it's open floor plan, because it's just what I like. So it's a bunch of different aesthetics in one, and I want to try to lean off of that. So I was looking at one and I went for more of a gray and white theme. So the outside, it has gray brick with white siding, and the interior is basically all gray, white, and some green accent colors in it. So I do really like this house and think it's cute. But again, not my favorite just because of the fact of how small it is. But I do think it's good. And I also did not build this house very enthusiastically. Yesterday I started it and I wasn't feeling really good, and I was just very occupied with like everything else. I had a lot of other, when you like start doing something, but there's like 50 other things that you think of that you'd rather do, and then that thing that you're doing just doesn't seem interesting anymore. Yeah, that was kind of how I was. I started a new book, writing one, not reading one. If you guys have been following me here for a while, you know that I'm also a writer, and I'm signed technically with KDP Publishing, which is Amazon's thing. It's a self-publishing thing, but you do have to get like accepted almost. So I did get accepted into that, and I was writing a book for a good year now. But I'm taking a break from that book because, in all honesty, I have really big writer's block with it. Even though I'm only 3 chapters away from finishing it, it's just the ending kind of has me like, I don't know the right way to end it. A, without making people mad, and B, without sounding like it was all for nothing, if that makes sense. So I'm kind of just taking some time for the last month or so thinking about what I want to end the book with. So in that meantime, I actually started a new one, and I'm having a lot of fun with it. And the only difference is between my old book and this one is that I'm actually not, well, they're very, very, very different books, but the other book I typed like on an actual writing platform that you write books on and format and everything, and this one I'm straight up doing it on pen and paper. Like, I bought a notebook and I'm just writing it down like that. And the reason I'm doing that is because this book that I'm writing now is a journal entry type instead of a novel. So main character is the only character, really. Well, she's not the only character, but she's the only point of view, I guess you should say. And the book kind of follows her diary entries. So you kind of get to see her life through her own eyes instead of being a novel and having narration. It's straight up just what happens in her eyes, and it's not, and I feel a lot less constricted when I'm writing it, because with novels you have to worry about language and theme, and you have to worry about like the right way to say a person walked to the other side of the room and grammar correct and all things like that. But with this one, where I'm just doing it as a kind of novel, it's a lot easier because I get to write how the character would talk instead of the proper way. So I'm writing it as in, instead of saying like he said this and she didn't like that, or you know, like, I don't like that, Becky said suspiciously. So I can just do it now like, and then he said this and I was like, why would you say that? So I just think it's a lot more fun to do. And the more fun part is that I'm actually basing it off of one of my current household sims, and I'm pretending it's like their diary. And I kind of came up with this idea when I was playing with my current household family. If you guys have been following my Twitter or this channel at all, you guys know who Cora is. She's actually Hudson's girlfriend, and she's been one of the main characters in my current household I've played with since she was born. Not since she was born, but she's always been there, and I've played with her a couple of times on every family vacation and with the Control Any Sim mod. So I know a lot about her life, and writing these diary entries of everything that's happened in my save with all the drama and things and her perspective when I haven't actually played her during all of it, I've played as Hudson, is really fun because it gives almost a new life to my characters and my sims, because of the fact that I'm literally seeing their thoughts and I'm writing them down, and I know how they perceive things in my head, and I wrote it down. So I'm having a lot of fun with that. So when I was building this yesterday, the only thing I could think about doing was, man, I really just want to write in Cora's diary. I want to write more chapters. So I ended up stopping halfway through, and I think I finished the kitchen, the bar area, all of the bathrooms and the laundry room, and then I was like, okay, no, I need to go do this. And also I was just really wanting to watch Gilmore Girls. So I stopped in the middle of this, and then I started it again about an hour and a half ago, and I actually did finish it today, and now I'm here doing this for you guys, which I've had a lot of fun doing. Yeah, but again, as I was saying, I wasn't in the greatest health doing it at any time, because yesterday I just wanted to write, I just wanted to watch Gilmore Girls, and then today I do not feel good at all. I had the worst sleep ever last night. I'm not going to get too much into it, but basically I had back-to-back nightmares all night, and I slept until 4 p.m. today because I didn't sleep really at all. Like, I slept maybe 2 hours max off and on. And I just had a horrible night. And then I woke up this morning, or not, yeah, I guess, and I went into my mom's room, and we talked for a bit, and then I ended up actually finally falling asleep until about 1, maybe 2, when my boyfriend woke me up, and I was still so exhausted I couldn't get my eyes open. And he woke me up at 3, and it was the same deal all over again. Then I actually finally woke up at 4 in like a panic that it was 4 o'clock, and I was like, oh my god, I have so many things to do. And then not only that, but I woke up with a major headache that's still going, and it's slightly going into migraine territory. And I've taken a neoproxen, but I find that like Tylenol, Advil, all of that is not working for me a lot. And I don't know if it's because I'm taking it maybe too often, because for the past like 2-3 weeks I've had really bad headaches, and I've even had like 2 or 3 migraines within those 3 weeks, and it's just not been fun. So I don't know, it's just been a horrible time, and I am getting real sick of having headaches and stomach aches as well. So when I was building today, I feel like I was really distracted because not only do I have a really bad headache, but I am exhausted. Not only am I exhausted, but I have a really bad headache, and I'm just wasn't in the mood today for doing this build, if I'm honest, but I did push through it. I finished the build. I don't think it's that bad. It is in my gallery if you want to download it. I do think it's not bad. Like, I definitely am going to place it in my save. It's not a bulldoze, that's for sure. I do not mind it. I do actually have a family in mind for living here, and I actually want to talk a bit about that. So, okay. It's kind of a long story, but I'm going to talk about it anyway. About last week or so, if you guys hear like a weird noise in the background, there's someone pulling out of my driveway. I don't know if you guys can hear that, but if you can, I apologize. Anyway, about last week sometime, I started like a note on my phone because I was thinking of like how I build all these houses and I never have an idea if a family lives in them. And one of the biggest tip I see on Twitter and YouTube and from all these like really good builders, they say you need like a family in mind to build a good house because it helps you give it personality and characteristics for that family. So I really thought of I was like, I'm not good at that. Like I'm good at making up personalities and making sims, but when I'm building something, I'm not good at like coming up on the spot of who would live here. So I thought I may as well think of families that I already know of and then make them in game and then make their houses. So it's almost like a really cool double awesome thing because not only am I getting ideas for people who live in these houses, and that's helping me build a little better, but it's also cool because I'll get to see these TV characters and celebrities and things like that I know in my game when I'm playing. So I'm going to read you a little bit of the note because I think that it's really cool, and maybe you guys can take some of that ideas because, yeah, but let me just open it. Okay, so note, where am I going? Okay, I called it Sim Families to Make off of my favorite TV show families. So, we have Friends, which is my all-time favorite show. So, I'm going to make Ross, Rachel, Emma, and Ben, which is their, and I planned out where they're going to live and everything, and how many bedrooms they need. So, for Ross, Rachel, Emma, and Ben, they're going to live in San Myshuno, obviously. And then Monica, Chandler, Joey, Jack, and Erica, which is Monica and Chandler's twins in the 10th season, are actually going to live in this house. Yeah, so I built this house for them, and that's why there's a lot of like classy touches, a little bit older stuff some around. I was gonna make it really colorful like Monica's apartment was, but I can't bring myself to do it. I am not a colorful home type of person. I am a neutrals, and so I'm sorry. But either way, I did make this house for them, and I really, really did love it. Originally I put down here that they were going to live in San Sequoia because in the show they kind of move just outside the city, which is San Sequoia, but I built it here because why not? And I did include a bedroom for Joey because it is canon that in the last season when they're moving to their new house, they say that Joey has his own bedroom for him to live with them if he wants to. And I like that idea when that happens when the show ends, so in my mind Joey lives here too. With them, and I made his bedroom very messy and look like his one in the show. And I also have Phoebe, Mike, and I gave them 2 kids. They don't have kids in the show, but they wanted kids, and I'm gonna give them 2 kids because why not? And then I also have Big Bang Theory, which is another one of my favorite shows. So obviously we have Howard, Bernadette, Hallie, and Michael, and then Penny, Leonard, and their daughter, which is revealed in the last season, and then Sheldon, Amy, and their son, which is revealed in Young Sheldon. Not that if you guys don't watch these shows, you guys are probably like, I don't care, which is understandable, but either way. And I also have the 3 Modern families, so Phil, Claire, Haley, Alex, Luke, and then Gloria, Jay, Manny, and Joe, and then Cam, Mitch, Lily, and they adopted another son. Spoiler alert if you're watching the show, but yeah. Anyway, and then another thing I want to do is that I've been playing a lot of Stardew Valley lately, and I want to put the Stardew families in. So Caroline, Pierre, Abigail, Alex, Evelyn, and George, Demetrius, Rob, Mary, Sebastian, and stuff like that in their houses as well. And I planned out where each of these families is going to live. So when I was building this, I had no really idea who I want to live here. But I knew how many bedrooms it has because I planned out the floor plan before I thought of who was living here. And I seen that it was 4, and I was looking through that note, and I remember how I said earlier, like, I marked down how many bedrooms I think each person that would live here would have. So I looked through, and there's only, like, 2 families that have a 3-bedroom house. And Monica and Chandler and their kids and Joey were one of them for 4 bedrooms. So I decided, sure, they're going to live here, and I built it accordingly, with, kind of accordingly. There is some touches I think Monica would do. And I did add a little bit of clutter in the house, but a lot of spaces don't have clutter because you know what Monica's like. But I did add some necessity things here because if you guys remember, in the friend's apartment that Monica lives in, if you guys ever seen the show, it is honestly pretty cluttered. Like, their kitchen has a lot of things in it, and the house has a lot of things in it. So I went like a healthy medium of what I usually do, and I added a little bar here, not because anybody in the show is a mixologist or anything, but I didn't know what else to put here, so a bar it was. And yeah, but I actually do change the color scheme of this house. Earlier I actually said that the color scheme was gray and white and some green, and you probably are looking at this like, well, then why is this whole thing brown? And that doesn't change for a bit because I make the whole living room brown. It's the whole thing, and then I change it all. and I make it gray and white, how it should be, and I change all the kitchens. But we were actually into today's footage. We just ended yesterday's, and now we are doing today's. So I started off with the living room today, and yeah, so as I said a couple minutes ago, I went with the brown aesthetic for this house at first, and then I decided I didn't want to do that, so I changed it all. And I did put a piano here. Again, nobody in the show plays piano. Oh, I guess Phoebe does, and Mike, but they don't live here. So Monica and Chandler have one. Maybe it is for Phoebe. She can come and play them piano, or Mike can, I guess. They don't have a guitar. Piano. Anyway, I'm going way too much into detail about this, but as you can see, I changed like the whole thing of this house after like a couple minutes here. I take a second, I think about it, I change the whole thing. But yeah, so I think that the Bings, is that, I don't know if they actually formally are called that, but either way, Monica and Chandler and their kids and Joey live here. So yeah, I don't know. I'm running out of things to talk about, to be honest. I also do not feel well. So yeah, how are you guys? How's it going? I don't know. But yeah, see, now you can see that I am changing the entire aesthetic of the house because I didn't like it anymore. So I made everything this like white and gray color scheme, and I like it a lot better. I'm starting to not remember if I changed the side table color or not. I think I forgot it was there. Uh-oh. Sorry if I didn't. I definitely should have, but the more this goes on, the more I think I didn't, which is so upsetting. But yeah, so we have upstairs, we have 2 toddlers' bedrooms because in the show ends the episode that the twins are born, and I kind of dated this for like a year, I'd say, and that's why Phoebe and them have kids. So I put them as toddlers. I think they're around probably like 3 or so. So yeah, I guess I dated 3 years after the show. So I did give them about, you know, some blah, blah, blah. I don't even know what I'm saying anymore. Oh my goodness. I had to take a little break. I'm back now because I was starting to lose touch with speech altogether. But one thing I'm not a big fan of in this house or any house I build is empty space. So that like open area is really big, and I didn't know what else to fill it with. So there is a dining room there, which is fine. That was always going to be, but there's so much empty space in between the rooms, and I feel like that is really annoying. But what do you do? Anyway, I'm building the office right now, and I did put an office in here because A, I didn't know what else to make the space, and B, because Chandler actually works as a data analyst something or other, and he also later on the show works as an advertiser, which is kind of like an office job for both. So in my mind, he would have his own office down here to do work, even though it's very canon in the show that he doesn't like his jobs and he hates doing work, so he would not, like, if he comes home from work, I can't see him working more. But I added it there just in case he wanted to. But I know there is a couple episodes themed around him loving like technology, like laptops and things like that, so I don't know, maybe he would use it. We're actually on the master bedroom right now. I added it downstairs, and then Joey is upstairs with the twins, which is really funny to think about, because if you think about the fact that like if they cry in the middle of the night or something and Joey is the nearest one, yeah, that kind of sucks to be him, but he's good with kids. I'm probably talking about all this, and probably none of you have, well, a lot of you have probably seen the show, but there's probably a few of you that haven't, and you're like, I have no idea what you're talking about. Either way, yeah, so this is technically Monica and Chandler's bedroom. Again, keeping with the color scheme of the gray and white with green touches around, and also this house has a little bit of blue touches in it too, which I really liked as well. I really love this color scheme. It's pretty much the color scheme of all my houses, to be honest, but yeah. Also, I have a little bit of a debate subject for you guys. So yesterday my mom was cleaning up the house, and she took out the carpet that's underneath our couch and coffee table because she didn't like it anymore. And she just said that she thinks like living rooms look better when there's no carpet underneath the couch / coffee table area. And I highly disagree with that. And I don't know why that is, and because I don't know, I feel like that's just like you're supposed to. I don't know, like every single Sims build I've ever seen has a carpet underneath, and my friends' houses all did, and she was saying she's never really seen it, which is so confusing to me. So I guess the question is, do you guys have a carpet underneath where your like couch and coffee table is? because we always did until yesterday, and I feel like it doesn't look right without one now. But yeah, so tell me what your view is on that. Anyway, I'm doing Joey's room right now. I sorry I just changed subjects so quickly. I added the frame TV from the new kit here, which I love. He also has a little snack drawer because in the show he likes to raid their fridge. So I figured that they would be nice enough to give him his own and microwave and a little bit of a snack cubby for him. And I decorated this very much Joey. And I did add a lot of like city touches. We have the little city skyscraper, the subway, and the taxi because again, in the episode, I guess, they go to London, for Ross and Emily's wedding. He gets all, like, really, really sad because he's not in New York, and he realizes how much he loves it, and he loves the city, and I feel like he would miss it moving up to Willow Creek out of Sandmarsh, you know? So I decided to give him his little city touches there, and this is actually Jack's bedroom. He is one of the twins that Monica and Chandler have in the last episode, and I themed his bedroom around dinosaurs, and this is actually something new for me. I don't ever theme my bedrooms around something, ever. I usually maybe pick a color scheme and go with it, but they're never themed around something. So for both the kids' rooms, I themed them around an actual thing, which I've never done before. So Jack's room is themed around dinosaurs, while Erica's is themed around princesses. So he has like a dino stuffy and dino rugs, and I added some dinosaur wall decals, and this little standing dinosaur and these dinosaur paintings. And then over in Erica's room, I added very much pink and then very royal type of things to it. She has the Princess Castle dollhouse, everything is pink. But one thing this game is lacking is princess objects. We do not have any at all. So, except for a wall decal that is from when Talbots came out. So, I pretty much laid their rooms out the same, and I gave her this really pretty bed because I think it looks very princessy. I don't know, if I was a kid and this was my bedroom, I don't know, I would have been really, really happy as a kid. Although this pretty much was my bedroom. I don't know why I'm saying I would have been. This was my bedroom. I had a bed that had a canopy just like that, except it went all around. Like, it had a curtain basically over my bed, and you had to like climb in through the curtain. It was great. And I had a big Barbie dream house. My room was painted pink. I had a Dora TV. Curtains were pink. Bedding was pink. I had that bedroom, actually. That was my exact bedroom. So I don't know why I'm saying I would have been really happy, because this looked exactly almost like my childhood bedroom, except I didn't have wall decals that I drew, or my family drew on their walls. I had pictures of Michael Jordan and Justin Bieber and Katy Perry and Taylor Swift on my wall. And I still do. Well, no, I don't. Actually, I don't have Michael Jordan anymore. I don't know what it was with Michael Jordan when I was a kid. And you're probably thinking, like, do you mean Michael Jackson? No, I mean Michael Jordan, like the basketball player. I've never watched basketball in my entire life. Even when I was a kid, I don't think I watched basketball. But I had a really weird obsession with Michael Jordan. I don't know. He had a poster on my wall, and it was signed and everything. And I also, back in the day, maybe I'm, like, showing a little bit of my age here, but back in the day, there was magazines, and they had like a bunch of pages, and that was like every kid's thing. Like, we loved, my favorite memories were going to the store with my grandmother and getting a magazine. So anyway, they had like 10 pages of posters of celebrities you could put on your wall, which I loved. So I had Justin Bieber, Katy Perry, Taylor Swift. Later on in the years, I probably had Ariana Grande. But either way, we are actually done this video, and I don't want to run over my voiceover. So thank you guys so much for watching this video. If you like this, leave a like, a comment, and subscribe. And I can't wait to see you guys in the next video. And in the description down below is all my social medias where you guys can talk to me. And I will miss you guys. And I will talk to you very soon. And I love you. Okay, bye.